What is going on, YouTube? We are back here in the lab, ready to give you local diary day 6. So, in hindsight, I missed day 5. That was last weekend. Had a lot of things going on that weekend, so I did not have time to record or do anything. So, just give a brief little quick update on that. I went to locals with an oldie, call it my revival party, shall I say, for Virtual World. Played Virtual World with a bit of a Sword Soul engine, and I did not do as great as I hoped I would. Went in game 1, played against Dark Magician and lost. My opponent was just really great. He had the right counters, and if you play Virtual World or have played Virtual World, you know that Virtual World runs into its own difficulties of breaking. Game 2, I went up against Math Mech, and I lost there as well, as my opponent had the right answers for every move I had, and I could not set up a good board. Round 3, went into playing against an older school Dark Magician player, which was an easier win for me, since they're playing a bit of the old school cards. Still fun, but it was just not fair for him. So this week, we'll be going in with another older archetype of my favorite choosing. This time will be Marincess. And for anyone that has played the Marincess strategy knows it is full of one-card combos, especially with some of its newer cards that have been released. So let's head on over to locals and see how we do today with Marincess. What is going on, YouTube? Here we are at our favorite local store. Tournament just ended. I did not have time in between rounds to do recordings, so we'll just do a brief synopsis. Round 1, played against Despia. Playing Marincess was really great. I had a bit of a struggle, but I ended up winning the round 2-1. Went into time. I had burned my opponent for enough, which is great. Going round 2. Played against, again, Despia. So you can definitely see there's a trend here. A lot of the formats being shaped by Despia. And I ended up winning that round as well, 2-1. First game was kind of a little bit of a struggle, but games 2 and 3, I definitely came in and I just dominated it. It's really good. Round 3, playing against Kashtira, the deck of the format. And I thought I had the perfect sides for it, and I did not. Did not ended up drawing into what I needed, did not end up drawing in my engine. So ended up losing 1-2, but it was a good learning experience for me, actually playing it in person, knowing what to hit, what cards I need to play. Overall, Marincess did a really good job. And we'll go back to the lab and give you that deck profile. All right, so before we go, here are my tournament packs. We'll just go ahead and open them, see what we get. Start off with this one. And so we got Kashtira Overlap, this actor, Evil Eye, Nemon Creation. Oh, look at that, an Ultra. Porkbilba, Harmony's Bullfighter Bard. Cool. And Core Smashing, Infinitillion, Sour Scheduling, and Big Bang. Nice. Let's go pack 2. Use Actor Script, Kashtira Overlap, Actor, Unleashed, Focus the Swamp Deity. I kind of want the Mirror Jade. 3. Let's see what we get. Land Flipping, Branded Fallen, Scare Talk Kashtira, Light of the Branded, Gold Pride, Nitro Head, cool I guess. Tenchi Kaimi, Transport, Phantasm. Come on, last pack. Can we get the Starlight Mirror Jade? Probably not. This Action Driver Dramatis, Fierce Tiger Mongoot, Tally Host Brigands, Circle of the Fairies, Branded the Fallen, Hidden Ore, Skit, and Gold Pride Start Your Engines. So I guess being on a super, but not that good. Anyways, let's go back to the deck profile. What is going on, you guys? We are back here in the lab to give you the Marincess deck profile. We'll just run down with a quick little rundown of things. So as per standard Marincess, we play triple Blue Tang, triple Pascalis, triple Spring Girl, triple Seahorse, with one Maiden. So this is pretty much a standard lineup you'll see. Some maybe flex between 2 Pascalis to 3 Pascalis. I was initially playing 3, but before the tournament I turned it down to 2. And I'm kind of glad that I did, as it would have bricked up a bit and I had more room for hand traps. Yeah, that's the standard. Here's your standard lineup from Marincess. Following with the spells, I play 2 Battle Oceans and 2 Dies. Again, this is something people flex on, whether they play 1 Battle Ocean or 2 to 3 dives. I thought 2 and 2 was a perfect mix, as you're able to search them out pretty easily, and odds of opening one or the other can be pretty high. The only reason why I went 2 Battle Oceans was just in case of being like Cosmic Cycloned or the Kashtira cards being able to banish it. So I decided to run the 2, and it actually came up in handy having 2. So yeah, and then we play the 1 wave. I was originally playing 2 as well, but I trimmed it down to 1 just because I can search it out with the new Coral Triangle, and being able to recycle this from grave is pretty easy. So I play 1. Next, we play triple Signet Mining with double Desires. Again, this can be another little flex iteration. I know some people aren't playing the Signet Minings, rather play mining to play triple Tax Talent. But I like the Signet Minings, just being able to get my Marincess in the grave and search, or even just getting an extender is really neat. Desires really is to get into those extenders, or even just hand traps, just to kind of push the game a little forward in my favor. Speaking of hand traps, we play triple Nibiru, the Primal Being. This is honestly probably the stud hand trap of the format, along with triple Ash Blossom. And this one was kind of a flex. I decided to go with triple Droll and Lockbird, which in my matches against Branded Despia actually came up. Not being able to add off a Branded Loss, or even at the end phase, actually came up pretty often, so I'm kind of glad I played it. Next, we play the triple Effect Veiler and the triple Imperm. As we're in a format of needing just negate stuff, might as well just have the best negates. Imperm came up along with Veiler in the Despia matchups. In my Kashtira matchup, Nibiru was the only one that was really effective. But all in all, pretty happy with the lineup. I would probably drop the Drolls and maybe play triple Tactics in its place, or some of the other better cards for Kashtira. But I mean, that was only 1 matchup out of 3 that I had, so it's all up to you. And then following and rounding out, we play double Crossout Designator and 1 Call by the Grave. The Crossout Designator was just kind of a flex spot. I didn't know what to play, and I thought maybe Crossout Designator would be better, especially at my locals, knowing that people play more hand traps. So I was like, well, this will probably come up. So I played it. Came up in 1 round, otherwise I never saw it after that, and I typically sided it out game 1. Or going game 2, sorry. That is all for the main deck. For the extra deck, it's pretty fluid and standard. We play 1 Bahamut with the 1 Totally Awesome. Honestly, this was great baits for negates, because if your opponent knows that you're going into this, then they typically want to stop this combo right here. But little to them knowing about my deck, I typically play stuff that's a little different than most profiles. So that was a pretty standard in most Marincess decks. But then I do follow it up with double Sea Angel, double Blue Slug, and then 1 Crystal Heart. So these guys, you're pretty much your main starters. Crystal Heart is really a flex card. I play it to go into Link Forge to make them unaffected, and it came up almost every game, making my monster unaffected and my opponent not being able to get rid of it. So kind of glad that I stuck with that in the main board. As for other Link 2s, we play 1 Area, double Coral, 1 Marbled Rock, 1 Triangle, 1 Zealantis, 1 Argonaut, and then 1 Great Bubble. So playing the area was a really smart choice on my behalf, as if you get Nibiru'd, conveniently you just normal summon a water monster, link it off with area. Link the token and your water monster, and there you go, you got area. Problem solved. And then you can get the rest of your combos going. Coral Anemone is just your really main starter, extra deck to go into, just being able to revive, add, just pushes a lot of your plays. Along with Marbled Rock, Coral Triangle gets you into the Marincess wave, and honestly the star of this extra deck is Sea Dragon Zealantis, as you use most of your Marincess cards, you get locked into water, and so Zealantis is a water monster, link into it, activates effect, banish every monster on the field. And since you're locked into water, and likelihood of you playing against a water deck or your opponent playing water monsters for that matter are very low, Zealantis will be the only thing, whatever other water monsters you banish will be the only things coming back. So this was really great. Also, its effect during the battle phase, which came up, is really great, just being able to get rid of cards that your opponent has up to the number of co-linked monsters. And then rounding it out, we'll go to the side. Played 1 Splash Mage. This would typically go in place of the Crystal Heart. I only sided it in once, surprisingly. Honestly though, Splash Mage is still a really great card. Next, we had triple Ghost spells, just in case there's any graveyard heavy decks, which didn't see, never sided it in. Then we play Cosmic Cyclone with Harpy's Feather Duster, just kind of get rid of back row, because I know there's a Labyrinth player, and just in case there are other decks that play heavy back row. We got those there. Then we had 1 Change of Heart, triple Book of Eclipse, and triple Tactics Talent. So I liked the Book of Eclipse against the Kashtira match. Unfortunately, probably should have been playing more book cards in place rather than just a Book of Eclipse, because having the more the merrier. Hand traps really did not do all that great. Nibiru was the only one that was really effective. So if you were to take out anything, take out hand traps, put in board breakers like Lava Golem, the Sphere Mode, Kaijus, things like that, just to get rid of some of your opponent's cards. Book of Eclipse, Book of Moon, Book of Lunar, I think it's Book of Lunar Eclipse. They're all great cards to go in against the Kashtira format. Otherwise, against Branded Despia, this was really great. I never sided in the Book of Eclipse, as it would have done nothing since they can still fuse away with their face downs. Change of Heart and triple Tactics Talent. If you really need to steal your opponent's stuff, Change of Heart and Talent. Needing to draw, needing to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, Talents is your guy. And honestly, it's a really great card. Wish it was better budget for those that can't afford it. And for those of you that can't afford it, like I said, just playing cards like Book of Moon, Lunar Eclipse, Book of Eclipse if you're wanting to, and also Kaijus, Lava Golems, Sphere Modes, anything like that I can just get rid of cards on your front side of the field is great. But that will be it for my Marincess deck profile that actually got me 2nd place. So really happy with how this deck turned out. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But if you like this and other content, please like and subscribe. I'm hoping to post more often, get some other videos with some more of my random deck profiles for you guys to see, as I think they're fun. And I'll also be posting more on my Instagram for those that have it. But till next time.